Alright, sorry for the long intro stream there. Intro screen there. I was getting ready and taking care of some stuff. Today's my last day off, and I wanted to go ahead and pop this up tonight and kind of show off what I've been doing. This is what we started on the last Minecraft live stream I did. At that time, me and Travis were working together, and we got the frame, I guess you would call it, for the Guardian Farm done. I've been working quite a bit since then, as you can see behind me. I want to go ahead and take you around and kind of show you the stuff that I've been doing here. And I'll go back later in the stream too for anybody else who wants to watch. There we go, that's the mode I should be in. So we had just the frame done the last time that we streamed. I added all the signs, which that was a lot of wood, but I've got all the signs in to keep the water from flowing down from the chambers. I've got the redstone tower going up. I've got the main redstone circuit going all the way across, which is just a really simple circuit. All it is basically just carrying the current. Nothing special with this redstone, because as you can see over here, all it does is run across the tops of the dispensers to activate them. And I've got the first two sections here glassed in. These two sections right here took about 10 stacks of glass, so this is going to take a lot of glass to actually do. And then, all you have to do to work this thing is come down here to the bottom, press the button, dispensers turn on, water dispenses, and the guardians can spawn in there, which they do. I've hung around and watched it. The guardians do spawn in there. And then, same thing, just come down here, click it, and the water turns off, and you get the nice little effect of the water draining out, which I could, leave it, honestly, but it's a cool little effect. Now, right now, I've just got the two sections done. It's going to take a while before I get them all done. It's going to be a lot of materials. The biggest thing, the most expensive thing, other than the glass, of course, which glass isn't expensive, just got to smelt up all the sand, are the dispensers. Since I chose to go with a dispenser-based system so that the whole farm can be turned off at a moment's notice, each dispenser has to be crafted, and inside each dispenser is a bucket of water. Which means, now dispensers aren't exactly expensive to craft, except for crafting up that many bows is a little bit of a trial in and of itself. We do have a mob farm, so that's definitely a good thing, so we have access to string. And then also 3 iron per bucket. That's probably going to be the most expensive thing there. Now, let's go ahead and jump off here. Really? Fall. Haha. Okay, so I had the lava in up here. Now, I know for sure that if I have the lava here on the signs, they fall through the lava and then take the fall damage on top of that, they will die. But right now, for the stream, I've got the lava out of there. So, they don't quite die when they hit the ground. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Now, you might be asking how I'm still getting guardians. The answer is actually quite simple. I've got the chambers underneath the tanks here to flow the guardians into the main drop shaft, and guardians can actually spawn in one block of water. So they can spawn anywhere in here, and so this, just the bottom chamber here is already working kind of like a mini guardian farm. Now, I cleared this out earlier. But let's take a look at what we got. Yeah, we already got a bunch of stuff there. And let's see here. Well, just in that one hopper so far do we have stuff. So what I was thinking tonight was I might go ahead and start working on the system to... Oh, yeah. As I was digging the drop shaft, I also found this cave, which, there's a big cave system down under here. Big cave system. And I went ahead and explored and lit up as much of it as I could find, which I've already noticed has drastically increased my spawn rates for the Guardians. Now let's go ahead and drop that. Hoppers will pick it up. So, let's see here. Alright, so let's see. I need to get my facing here and figure out which direction I'm going to go with the area down there. So I think it'd actually be better if I came over this direction. Honestly though, I could just come over almost any direction really, but I think this side would be best. And then we can have the storage area all up here. Let me go check something real quick. I need to know what my Y level is. Okay, I am at Y level 16. So I am pretty close to bedrock. So yeah, let's see here. Let's say 1301, 816. So the first thing I need to do, and one of the things I'm debating about, I do want to bring... Now I could just make a storage room down at the bottom. I very well could do that. Let's go ahead and turn this on so it can be working while I'm here. And we'll watch it turn on again, which is a pretty cool little animation. There we go. So I could definitely put the storage room down at the bottom and just make a shaft down to it with ladders or whatnot. The other option I have is to use a hopper chain to run the items over and then a dropper elevator them up to the surface and have the storage right here in plain sight. Don't have to go anywhere else but the Guardian Farm, don't have to go down, nothing, which to me is the much more desirable way to do it, I guess is the way to put it. But it will also take a lot of hoppers, which isn't a problem. We do have a small iron farm on the server. I do have plenty of iron. I am just a little bit worried due to the sheer amount of iron that I've already basically committed to using for the cost of the buckets that are going to go in all the dispensers up there. Which, you know, it only takes 3 iron to make a bucket, but when you start talking about that many buckets, it adds up quite quickly. But let's go ahead. I think I'm still going to go ahead and do this. Now, it might be quicker, but there's not as much open room over here either because the farm's right above it. Well, if there was anybody in the channel, I'd ask what you guys think. I'm sorry, guys. This is something I've been actually agonizing over for a while, is how to do this. Because we're going to need an area with a lot of space. Because it's going to be 4, 5, probably 6 tall. 6 or 7, because we're going to want 4 or 5 chests going up. And then the sorting system for all of them. Don't know how to split a hopper either. Oh, actually, yeah, I do, kind of. Another guardian head. I've got so many of those already. It's not even funny. Alright, so let's get my bearings here, which I think I have already. Nope, I haven't. So this is front. That's back. Oh, these guys are getting feisty. They know they're about to die. So, alright, let's get some, well, actually, if I was gonna do it, I could bring it over here and bring the dropper tower up. Let's see, 13, 14, 8, 17. Okay, I can do that. It'll probably be a shorter route for the droppers, too. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I got my bearings right. Yep, I do. Get these guys cleared out. As quick as I can, anyway. Okay, so... alright. Hopefully that will keep them out. 13, 14... not keep them out. So full block it is. Yep. Okay, so 13, 14... let's put you there for the moment. Yep. Okay, so I actually kind of started off the wrong way. If I'm going this way first, then I don't need to come this way yet. Okay. 13, 14, and then I go this way. Whoa, what do you know? Yeah, let's make sure to use my Silk Touch to get this. And... oh. Damn gravel. Actually, open it. And of course that happens again. I like my tunnels to be 3 tall, otherwise I get a little bit claustrophobic in here. And yes, I know it's a video game and I shouldn't get claustrophobic in a video game, but, you know, whatever. To each their own. let's turn that back on. Really? It is time for me to put that lava back up there. See, there we go. They're dying again, which is the way we want it. Okay. That was like 817, wasn't it? Yep. And I have no clue where it was. There we go. Oh, plus if I'm going to run a hopper chain through here, it's going to have to be 3 high anyway so that I can actually work in it. Ooh, went a little bit too far. Yep, here we go, right here. So now comes the fun part. Ooh, I am right under a cave. And I'm right here at some gold. Okay, it looks like this is just a small opening. Yep, it is. Ooh, this could be bad. Or very, very good. Okay. And let's clear all the water out of here. Okay. We have a tunnel to the surface. Still gonna be a little bit of a hopper chain though. See how many blocks we got here anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 22, 7. So a little bit over half a stack of hoppers just to get them where we want them. Now I guess theoretically we could use water streams, but I've never used them before. I kinda don't trust them. I know that, you know, in Minecraft a lot of items have been moved around via water streams, and that's typically the way most people do things because hoppers are so expensive to make. But at least with hoppers, you know the items in something, it's there, it's not going anywhere, and it's mostly reliable. Still can't believe that this little cave here existed. I mean, it's just, it doesn't go anywhere. There's no openings to anything else. It's just an open little cave. But yeah, I can have the dropper tower come up right here. And then the hoppers will go across here, across the top of some chests, and get our storage system set up. Alright, let's turn you off. I love that. Let's go make some hoppers, I guess. We'll wait for that to fully drain first. So we're going to need over half a stack of hoppers just for transport. Alright, so let's go ahead and dump some items off, since I have a few. Ah, great. gravel. There we go. Cobble. Andesite. How did I get an extra prismarine? Oh well. I will hold on to it just in case. Oh, also in the process of clearing out all those caves underneath the Ocean Temple, I got a crap ton of iron and gold, so hopefully I'll have enough. So, let's go ahead and clear out some of this wood I've got backlogged, because it's about to become chests, if I grab the right item. Perfect. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's just one stack. And you're saying, no, it's 5 stacks. No, trust me, it's one stack. This is how quickly your iron can go. Look, one stack of hoppers. So nice. Alright, back to the water temple. Go ahead and fall all the way down. And let's do this. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Even though I needed it, this one right here probably isn't actually going to be there. That's going to be where the dropper is. The first dropper, anyway. Ah! Start over. I forgot I made this tunnel at the level of the top of the hoppers. Oops. As soon as I turned around and started, Oh, that reminds me, I probably need to rearrange these hoppers so that they're all pointing this way, too. Ooh, some redstone. I also hear some lava close by, though, so we'll have to be careful. I hear some lava very close by. Alright, so let's get our hoppers going again. Alright, and again, this last one isn't going to be needed because that's where the dropper will be. Alright, so this is full. That's got a number of items in it. Now when I connect this, they should all start flowing down. Hey Netflix, how you doing? And we should start seeing them appear in this hopper. Hopefully, anyway. Does it take that long to flow, or did I do something wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I aimed that hopper at that wall the first time because I was just getting the chain going. Alright. So now I should definitely see items arrive at the end of the chain down here. Yep. There we go. Okay, now we have to make a dropper elevator. I just have to head back to the base for that. Lickety split. It's still sitting there? Come on. There we go. Okay. Ooh, there's a hopper there that I somehow missed. What's going on here? Alright. There we go. There's my prismarine blocks. Okay, so now it is definitely working. Close that back off. Now I also wanted to see if I had the space down here to create a little item filter at some point and fizzle out the, or throw out all the fish that it drops. Because there's no need for those at all. And speaking of which, I still got a bunch of stuff in my inventory that I can drop into the hoppers. There we go. Alright, so let's go get the dropper stuff. I need way more droppers than that. Gonna need torches, redstone dust, one comparator, one repeater. Let's make some more smooth granite. Okay. Let's make a whole bunch of torches. That should be good for the moment. You also need more droppers. Oh, nice of you to leave, Nick. Thanks for hanging around. Alright. I need to break down some blocks here pretty soon. It's probably a good problem to have, though. Wait a minute. 32. Do I really need more droppers? Probably not. If I do, I can figure it out later. Oh good, the dropper's starting to fill up. Rain. Alright, trying to remember how this goes. Ooh! Well, we found the lava. That's okay though. This right here, I do believe is as low as she needs to go. Alright, let's go look at another one and just be sure, shall we? Got another one of these here pretty close. Let's go look at it and see how I built it. Alright, so yeah, comparator into a block, into a redstone, or into a torch, redstone, repeater. Okay, so I was doing it exactly right then. Comparator into a block, into a redstone, into a repeater. And then we also have one more circuit right here. But we don't want to activate that circuit quite yet, obviously. Okay, so we come up off that. Alright. Nope, that is all kinds of wrong. Okay, so okay. Here we go. There we go. Oh, yep, I did. Okay. I really should make a opening to the side of it all the way down. Oh, wrong area. Go down here. There we go. Ooh, I just remembered something. There's water up above us. So let's fix that little problem, shall we? Yay. And we did it without hurting the redstone, which water and redstone do not mix. I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough torches. I can always make more though. Matter of fact, I probably should make a few more. 10 more for the moment? We'll try it. Almost to the top. Alright, 5 torches to spare. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, I need... What? Alright, why isn't this working? It started working earlier when I put it... Dang it. Is it just because it's full? Okay, good. It was just a little bit over full. Alright, so alright, let's give this hopper something to unload into, shall we? There we go. Oh, hey Travis. Yep, still working on the Guardian farm. I just finished getting the hopper chain. Here, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll go through this way. Oh, not quite this way, because I got the lava there now. But I'll go ahead and actually give you the whole tour. I did this at the beginning of the stream, but nobody was here, but I did it anyway. Anyway, I got all the signs in down there to keep the water from flowing down. I've got the main redstone circuit going all the way across for once I get everything done. I've got 2 stalls fully glassed in and set up with the dispensers and everything. I thought I turned that on. Anyway, alright, so all you gotta do is hit that button right there, and the water turns on, fills up, and then you hit the button again to turn it back off. And we'll drop down here for a minute. Alright, this hopper chain goes into the drop chamber, which is right on the other side of this prismarine here. And you should see drops flow through. This hopper chain goes all the way over here to this dropper elevator, which is still working on setting everything up because there was a bunch of stuff backed up in the hoppers. At some point I want to design a item filter to flush out the raw fish, because we don't need them and they're pointless. And then the dropper elevator takes them all the way up here, which there will be a sorting system, a series of chests anyway, going right here to hold everything. This is definitely going to take a lot of resources, a lot more than I originally thought. I don't think I was quite thinking it through when I made this farm the size that I did. Although once I get it done, it is going to be freaking epic. Definitely no doubt about that. Kind of thinking Ethan's going to yell at me for the, use of dispensers the way they are. Like, that's a waste. You could just put water in there. But just these 2 cells right here took about 10 stacks of glass. Now, the interior cells, like if you've already got glass on one side, take about 3.5 stacks. If you have an exterior cell, which will only be on the corners, to get those done, it takes about 6.5 stacks of glass. Then about 15 dispensers per side, and 15 water buckets. Makes it quite an expensive build. Luckily the redstone is ridiculously simple though, it's just this one torch right here is powering everything. All it is just basically redstone to carry the current, with repeaters to amplify it where needed. There's no redstone trickery or anything, it's just a straight wire pretty much. Oh, and well, I'm not going to go in there now, but while I was digging the drop shaft, I came across a cave opening. So I've spent a fair bit of time also down in there caving, lighting up all the caves underneath the farm, and you can tell from the drop rate, or the spawn rate of the Guardians, that it's definitely helped. Also, just having the water in the flushing area down here is in of itself a mini guardian farm without having anything extra on, because it turns out guardians can actually spawn in 1 deep water. So just in the flushing mechanism, they can actually spawn in there too. But if they do spawn in here, the water is actually flowing down from the top, because the only source blocks for the water are actually up top here, so it's all flowing down. So they'll spawn in here and get pushed straight down through the signs into the flushing chamber and onto their flaming little death. The bottom of the... This is why we rebuilt it last time and built it much higher up, because even with the way we did it, I'm already down at Y16 for the drop shaft, and that's also with incorporating the lava trap too, because the fall damage isn't enough to kill them, but the lava trap combined with the fall damage, they hit the bottom and then they'll burn for a couple more seconds and die. And some of them do actually try to swim in the lava, not too many though, most of them just fall straight through. Die, creeper, die. I didn't mean to do this. I need to get this out of my inventory. But yeah, this is all the glass that I've smelted up so far. It's nowhere going to be near enough. Nowhere near. But yeah, with the first 2 cells here, with them actually being completed and everything, what do you think? How they look? I'm also going to have to find some way to light up the top. As you can see, I've got the top lit up at the moment. However, once I actually get a cell set up and turned on, there's literally no place up here to put torches. Like, you can't put it on the redstone. You can't put it on anything. Ah, shoot. So there's literally no place to put torches. I'm thinking about maybe just, since this is a guardian farm, having sea lanterns floating in the air above it, and just do it that way, because sea lanterns do put off a lot of light. But because you can't put a torch down on redstone, like, it just doesn't work. And every single spot here is going to be covered with redstone or a repeater. And the only spots that won't be covered will be the few spots on this end here. Now with the exterior, you can actually put torches on the exterior out here, but because the top of this mob farm, or not mob farm, guardian farm, if it's dark, will actually spawn quite a few mobs, which don't want, because every mob that spawns takes away from the number of guardians that can spawn. I know I'm not in Discord, but I can hop on. Hold on. Where's my there? Voice activity done. Alright, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Alrighty, so what do you think?
Dude, that looks really good.
Yeah, I've been working on this an awful lot, as you can probably tell. In the grand scheme of things, it's not really that big of an advancement from when we left off the last time we streamed, but then again it is. The majority of the time, I think, has actually been spent caving, because there's a huge cave network underneath the Guardian farm.
Yeah, whenever we cleared it out, I went in spectator mode and kind of looked at it all, and that it is a pretty massive cave.
Yeah, but I went through all that, torching it up and everything, got a lot of iron out of it. think I got 4 or 5 stacks of iron out of that cave network, at least. And quite a bit of gold, too.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I would have got on here sooner, but went out to the girlfriend's parents' house tonight and been having problems with my stomach and everything. Might think it's my appendix, so her grandmother was a nurse, so she was kind of checking me out, making sure it wasn't appendicitis or anything like that.
As a person who's had appendicitis, trust me, when that thing starts going, you will know. The level of pain from appendicitis is like nothing else you will ever experience.
Yeah, right now it's just like an uncomfortableness in my abdomen, so they're like, well, just keep an eye on it and make sure, if you start feeling bad, you go to the hospital. And I was like, well, I'm probably not going to go to the hospital until I can't walk, so.
Well, I spent about a day laying in bed, pretty much curled up in the fetal position, clutching my stomach. This was back when I was like 17, 18, before my family finally told me, you're going to the hospital. And because I was insisting, I didn't want to go see a doctor, I didn't want to know, it was a stomach ache, it was going to go away. I got there, they got me in the operating room, and doctor told me when I woke up that if I would have waited any longer, I'd been dead. They said it ruptured literally as they were opening me up.
Wow. I've actually already been in the hospital for suspected appendicitis before. It was probably about 6 years ago, maybe. Went there, couldn't walk, couldn't stand. My stomach was hurting. At that time, I was on leave, and my stepdad took me to the hospital. They kept me overnight and woke up the next morning, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to take your appendix. Go ahead and go home.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's really weird. Usually if you go in, you're like, my sides hurt, and they're like, oh, it might be appendicitis. Let's go ahead and take it. So usually they just take it automatically, but they didn't. And right now I'm kind of wishing they did.
If that's what it is, then yeah.
Yeah, it could have been that, or I pulled something when lifting. Who knows?
Alright, I'll make a nice pretty structure around the dropper tower here at some point, but actually let's get all that raw fish out of there. There's another whole stack of it. See how much this farm is producing already? That's nuts. And that's basically just the 2 ones that I have on and the flushing area that can also spawn guardians.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. That is a lot of stuff.
Imagine once we get the water filled up in all of it, this farm will be nuts. Because the whole point, the bigger the area basically, the more spawning spaces there are, because this game, basically for spawning it runs on an algorithm and it calculates the total number of blocks in an area that a creature can spawn on or in, and then picks one. So the more blocks you have that are spawnable, the more likely they are to spawn in that area. So once we get this all filled up, here, let me go ahead and I guess start on another one, and you can watch me get another one started here. After I run home real quick and clear out my inventory, because this is retarded. There's andesite, stone, andesite. Put some more smooth granite back. Couple pieces of sand. But yeah, this whole chest here is full of sand. I've emptied it out halfway. Plus I've gone and gathered up sand, and I still only got less than a double chest full, and it's almost gone.
Well, I can go ahead and jump on the server and start collecting sand and smelting it. Been wanting to do that anyways.
If you're going to, go ahead and go over to my house and pop them in my little mini super smelter that I've got, because I've got it loaded up with coal and blaze rods and everything, so no reason for you to use all your resources on it.
Sounds good.
But yeah, thankfully only the outside edges actually take a crap ton of glass to make, because you gotta do all four sides. Like 6.5 stacks of glass to do the first cell. I was like, are you kidding me? Takes about 3.5 stacks for a cell that has one side done already. So I didn't know you were off tonight. I figured you'd just be watching from work.
No, I'm off tonight and tomorrow night.
Nice. So how's work?
This weekend was boring as all get out. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing.
That's probably a good thing. We'll sit there and watch YouTube all night. If they let you do it just non-stop anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing I did last night was watch YouTube.
Still kind of disappointed that they blocked Plex though.
Yeah, me too. That'd be really nice to sit there and be able to watch movies from your Plex server and everything.
Yep. I don't think you've even logged on and accepted my invite yet though.
I don't think I have. Yeah, every time I think about logging on, I'm at work, and it's like, oh, well, I can't do that.
Alrighty. But yeah, Guardians have so much health that, considering they spawn so low to bedrock, there's almost no way to kill them by straight fall damage, so you have to do it by a combination of fall and fire damage. Alright, well, let's get the um, dispensers and buckets for this side. Dispenser, and we'll put the hoppers back up here for the moment. And I'm just going to craft up a whole stack of buckets, heck with it. Actually, no, it wouldn't be a stack because buckets only stack to 16. 4 stacks of buckets. Before I mess with that, I need to turn the water off, because I don't want these cells getting out of sync.
Did you know there's a village on the mainland, not too far from the bridge?
Oh, there's a ton of villages on the mainland. There's like 3 or 4 at least.
I just flew over top of it and I was like, who made that? But yeah, definitely a village.
Yeah, there's at least 3 or 4, because if you head all the way out to the jungle, you'll pass a few of them. So, I think I'm still gonna need one more, but we'll see. Yep. Alright, got the 3rd cell done. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Woohoo! Alright, once I'm able to actually turn this thing on and fill it all up, it's gonna look nice. Back when I first thought about building this, I was really wanting to use dyed glass, but with the sheer quantity of glass that's going to have to be made and trying to round up dyes, I'm like, no, going to be hard enough just scrounging up that much sand.
I don't know. I already have 16 stacks of sand in
Not too
just that
bad.
little bit of time.
Wow.
I also have efficiency 5 on a diamond shovel, so it goes rather quickly.
You put efficiency 5 on a shovel? Wow.
Yeah, I meant to actually put it on. I meant to put it on a pickaxe. I had like 2 efficiency 5 books that I bought from the trading hall, and I accidentally picked up my shovel and put it on there. So it's kind of a waste, but then again, it was kind of like, oh well.
Whatever works.
Except I think I need to buy a mending book for this, because doing all that almost just broke that shovel, and that would have been really bad, and I just noticed that.
Yeah, mending books are definitely something to get. Oh, first thing that spawns in the freaking tanks after I turn it on is a squid. Damn, 5 ink sacs off of him. Oh, let's get one more glassed in anyway. Hey, I'm rated. How's it going? Dang it. Let me go ahead and hop up here and kind of zoom out a little bit and show you how much progress I've made. I've got 3 of these tanks actually turned on and going now. Working on getting the 4th one done. Got it all powered by dispensers so the farm can be turned off and on. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? This is, I was telling Travis a minute ago, starting to feel like I was having just slightly too ambitious of plans when I decided to make this farm. When you look at it on its face, it seems like it's actually, you know, very simple farm, cheap to do, blah 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 blah. But then when you expand it, because the farm design is infinitely expandable, well, infinitely as in you can make it as big as you want, but it can't be any bigger than the water temple area. But when you make it as big as I did, this thing's expensive. Not bad, not good, huh? Just one of those blah days. Got another one glassed up. And let's turn the farm off and kill the skelly. Alright, go ahead and show you this because I've got to turn the farm off before I can work with it. Just push that button, and the water all drains down. Seems to drain unevenly though, I'm not sure why. And the funny part about it is the cells that are farther away from the main redstone signal seem to be the ones that start draining first, which is just confusing. Oh, really? Don't even know how that happened. There we go. Alright, gotta run back and get some buckets. Are they really affected? Ooh. So not only is it weight, but you're probably waiting the whole time fending off incoming attacks, aren't you? Probably one of those things where one of your partners in the game is the one sitting there drilling the lock and you're sitting there protecting them, and yeah. Those are always so fun. Alright, let's turn her back on. And the only thing that I kind of wonder, because I can even feel it just with the 4 cells that we've got it set up now, is I kind of wonder sometimes where, or how much lag is going to be turning this thing off and on once we get all the cells going. That many dispensers activating and that much water flowing all at once. Of course, once you get it turned on, it ain't going to be no problem, but turning it off and on Might lag the server out quite a bit. It'll be laggy as fuck, huh? Yep, I kind of figured that. Alright, let me, where's my frames per second? There it is. My frames per second are taking a hit really with it turning off. Let's see what happens when I turn it back on. Gotta wait for it to all drain down, though. At the very end there, when the water was about to disappear, it took a hit. Huh. Didn't do nothing there. So turning the water off might actually be a little bit worse than turning it on. But I didn't build in any extra room to introduce delays with repeaters or anything, so not much I can do there. I think it'll be okay though. I'm just really anxious to get this all completed, but it's going to take a while still, especially getting all the bows for the dispensers. Now let's go ahead and make up one more. Ah, really? How is he targeting me through the signs? That's retarded. No, this isn't a public server, not as of yet. I do have some ideas and some desires to create a public server. One thing I do know is if I want to try first and foremost maybe to see if there's anybody who wants to stream from the server, and maybe let them go ahead and stream from the server in exchange for just putting my channel also in their video description basically, and also the channel of the other person who streams on the server. I've also thought about creating another world on this server for the people who'd like to join, and keep this world private basically. So that we don't have to worry about griefing or anything like that in the streaming world. I'll definitely keep that in mind, Emrated. Like I said, I do have desires to start a public server. It's just getting everything done to do that, making sure that there's anti-grief and all that put into place. And running a server is a little bit hard to do when it's a lot more than just you and a couple of close friends.
Ah, well, that took a while. Finally got my shovel completely mended. I really love that blaze farm.
Oh, you went to the Blaze Farm to do it?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, and it is definitely the most efficient way.
Yeah? Yeah. Until we get the Ender done, the Blaze Farm is the best one we got. Oh, one tip for you, in case you didn't know this, all XP orbs have a chance to go to any mending gear that's available to be mended. So, like, I'm sure your armor probably needed a little bit of mending too, but once your armor gets all the way mended up, take it off so that all the XP will just go to your tools that you're trying to mend.
Yeah, that's what I started noticing. That I didn't know if it would do that or not, and like I noticed, like I sat there and let it build up, and then I hit the blazes with my looting sword and switched to the shovel, and the shovel didn't get mended at all. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? So then I open up my menu and I'm like, oh, because it all went to my armor. Well,
Yep.
I'll take that too. So that's how I just took my armor completely off.
Yeah, there's basically each piece of mending gear has a % chance to get the mend, even if it's fully healed. So once something gets fully healed, take it off so it doesn't rob the mending from everything else.
Which I mean, I'm kind of glad the 2 pieces of armor that I have mending on right now definitely needed it.
Yeah, probably, especially if you haven't mended in a while.
Well, I think they took a big hit from the all the guardians from clearing out the temple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you were clearing all the water out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's up with shovels. They have the same durability as pickaxes, but it seems like they go through it so much quicker, even with Unbreaking 3.
Yeah, I don't have unbreaking on it, just stupidly put efficiency 5.
Oh, so you have Efficiency 5 with no Unbreaking. Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, so it went real quick.
We do have a librarian now that sells Unbreaking 3 books if you want to buy one and add it to it. That was actually, we got 3 or 4 mending vendors. That was one of the big ones I was waiting on, was Unbreaking 3, because even with the AFK fishing farm, Unbreaking is kind of a little bit of a rare spawn for books, it seems like. So I was sitting there waiting forever and ever and ever, and we finally got an Unbreaking 3 vendor. I was like, wow, took long enough. I gotta admit, these cells are pretty quick to set up. You know, once you actually get to the point where you're just setting up the cell itself, they're pretty quick. Oh, there's 5 cells going now. And a guardian spawned in that one almost immediately. And there's another one. See, the more cells you get, the more likely it is. Oh man, that's going real good now. Like 5 spawns I've seen so far. 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm telling you, man, if that many spawns, we're gonna have no problem getting sea lanterns at all.
Oh no, 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 no. No problem whatsoever. Speaking of which, I'm going to clear out this hopper and that dropper tower is just straight flashing like it's carrying items almost non-stop. Look at the video once it gets to that point. Just blink, 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 blink. I'm doing good. I'm really enjoying this build. I was actually hoping the other person who streams on the server was going to make it. I was the one who actually cleared out and put the sand walls up and cleared out all the water here. And it took me almost, I think, about 2 weeks off and on to do all that. So I told him, I said, you know what, I cleared it all out, you get to build the Guardian farm. And about that time, he decided to take a break from the game and from streaming for the most part. So I'm like, well, I need sea lanterns, and I'm not going to wait any longer. So I went and looked for designs that I liked. There's so many designs out there for Guardian farms. Like, this is an expensive build, yes, but the dispensers and water buckets are nothing compared to the resources and rails that you would need for most Guardian farms. Because a lot of them are just big Guardian farms that hang up in the sky with no flushing system or anything to channel them into a central drop shaft. Just they fall down, so you gotta be able to cover that entire area with rail and minecarts with hoppers, and it's just unbelievable. I don't know how people would devote that many resources, that much iron, that much gold. But this is a more unique design, I think, and one of the reasons I went for it, other than it looking nice, is the ability to just, whenever you're not here, nobody's using it, it can be turned off. And it won't affect server lag that much at all, unless it's being used. And it's a pretty nifty little farm. Plus, I always like to find more unique ways to do things rather than just doing them the way everybody else does them. And I say that, but I follow so many tutorials online, and I've built so many stuff that other people have built, especially Tango Tech and Mumbo Jumbo. I'm not sure if I've built any of Exumavoid's things because, I don't know, me and him just don't think alike, I guess. He builds stuff that he wants, and it's not exactly the stuff that I want. But Mumbo Jumbo and Tango Tech, they build awesome stuff. I think Tango just published his tutorial for the new brewing system that he made, which I'm also interested in looking into, because having a full brewing system would be pretty sweet. Really, Creeper? Come back here.
Alright, how do I use your smelter here? Just put stuff in it and it's good to go, or what?
If you look up top, there's 2 chests up top. Each chest corresponds to the furnace below it. So just put about half in one and half in the other, so that both chests will go. Oh, that's a lot of crystals. That'll make a lot of lanterns.
Alright, there's about 15 stacks of sand in each of them.
Nice. You never seen a mini super smelter before? I'm not looking for money right now, M-rated. Now I think YouTube, if you get to 100 subs, they do give you the ability to take donations, and it's basically right there in the chat. I don't have that turned on yet. I don't know if I'm even eligible for that yet. I don't know how comfortable I would be. I still feel like I need to get used to streaming before I even get to that point. Like I said, it's just, and I think I've told you this story before, and I know that, you know, the saying goes, you know, one bad apple ruins it for everybody, and I do severely apologize for that. It's true. We've invited 2 people from YouTube onto the server. One burnt basically the entire place to the ground. We had to roll back and lost 2 days worth of game time, and the other one's kind of been a little bit of a troll. I've had to watch him pretty closely. So, keep hanging out for a while, M-rated. Let me know I can trust you. We'll see. Now, if you were going to be streaming from the server, like I said, I do think that one of the first things I want to do is look for people who would also like to stream from the server, you know, to kind of amplify the server that way, and then move on to adding people. Another thing, like I said, I want to create a. I've been thinking about creating a spawn hub, like a separate world that everybody initially spawns in, and then there'll be portals from that world to all the other worlds, and I'll have it set up to where you can only use the portals if you have permissions to go to that world. So if you don't have a permission to go to that world, then you can't. So basically create a separate world for the people who want to play and just come on and, you know, play, and leave the streaming world, this world, separate for just us. And that's another idea that I've had, because with Multiverse I can have multiple worlds on one server and it's not a problem. Let me take a look at your account, M-rated. Do you stream from a different account? Because I don't see any videos on your channel. Or do you stream to a different service? Alright, let's get the fish out of there. "40 loyal followers, huh? Hey, that's a good start. I don't even have 40 yet here on YouTube, so you're doing better than I am. Sometimes I wonder if my streams are actually being posted on YouTube, because like nobody comes in here. It's amazing. I've had one other person besides you and Travis come in, and he unfortunately didn't hang around for too long. So sometimes I wonder if YouTube's actually posting my channel up in the live sections, like, hey, this person's streaming. You know, can't get subs if they can't find me. I'm probably wrong though, and I'm just you know, it's whatever.
You're just paranoid.
Oh, paranoid. I was actually going to say that myself, but I was like, no, is that paranoid? Thanks, Travis.
No problem. It's a government conspiracy. They're out to get you, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they could find better things to do with their lives.
Really? Have you met our government?
Have I met them?
I mean, just like seeing the kind of people that are running this country or trying to run this country.
yeah, trying. That's a better word there. Oh, let me run back home here real quick. I'll show you something M-rated. Now, I might have told you this before, and I know you can't quite tell it yet just from the outline that I've done. But this is going to be the Voltron Castle, the Castle of Lions. This is the initial outline that I've done. There's actually going to be a central tower come up, and there's going to be a ceiling and some other stuff and details. But one of the reasons why I got started on the Guardian Farm is that this is a high-tech castle. If you've ever watched the show, you know that it's very high-tech inside the castle. So I can't have torches in here. Glowstone might work in some respects, but it's really not going to work either. I needed something that's going to look like high-tech lighting, which leaves maybe redstone lamps, maybe, and sea lanterns. Sea lanterns being the closest. So I'm going to need a large supply of sea lanterns for this thing. So Guardian Farm was definitely a must, because the torches are going to have to go. There ain't no room for torches in here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. Did you go check the Unbreaking 3 vendor, Travis?
Yeah, I did that whenever I had to go back and empty some stuff out of my inventory, and I went and bought Unbreaking 3.
Cool. I'm going to come in the trading hall here and see if there's any villagers that I can destroy. Shepherd, you can go bye-bye. That's a new weaponsmith. Ethan's unlocked that one. That's the key butchers. Cleric can go bye-bye. Another looting 3 librarian we've got now. Don't know if I'll keep him though. He can stay for the moment.
You can live for now.
Looting 2. Bye-bye. Wow, 3 farmers all in a row. Sheesh. Alright, you can go. Do all the clerics sell enderpearl? No, I must have just noticed. Okay, yep, they all do. So there's plenty of space in the ledger hall. I'll go craft me up some more sea lanterns. Wait a minute. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I got over 2 stacks of sea lanterns now. You know, once you get all mending equipment, there's really nothing almost to do with your levels. Got 103 levels now, and nothing to do with them. You just keep gaining more XP because you're mending your stuff all the time. Now the other thing about it is too is when there's more than one person on the server, the mob cap is also shared with all the chunks that are loaded. So even with me clearing out all the caves and everything underneath, since you're in a different area of the world, you've got mobs spawning underneath you too, probably. So it is shared a little bit, but still should be pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't have a few mobs spawning, but like I'm exploring a cave underneath the desert area, kind of where I want to build that like a big pyramid, and there's like 1,000 mobs in here. For some reason, one creeper blew up, and like 3 of them blew up around it. I have no idea what was going on, and I wasn't even anywhere near them.
Well, I didn't have problems with creepers exploding without warning or for no reason. Although, I'm sure you've noticed sometimes that mobs will start fighting each other for whatever reason. Skeletons and zombies are more prone to it than creepers are. But that can happen, and if a creeper gets involved in that, they can and will explode. So that might have been what happened. But there were some times over the last couple days when I was clearing out the caves underneath that for no reason, just all of a sudden, like all the mobs in the server were right there around me. I didn't get it. I don't know what was going on, but it's like, holy crap. Now I got good gear and everything, so it's not like they killed me, but came pretty close a couple times. Just mob after mob after mob. I love watching them try to save themselves, and then they eventually fall into the fire and die.
Dude, I just got kamikazed by a zombie. He literally jumped down on top of me.
Creepers are usually the ones who are better known for that because they'll jump down on top of you and then explode. Like, we've watched that happen to Ethan a few times. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build me up some more resources though before I do any more of these cells. Probably have enough glass to do more, but dispensers and buckets and stuff I need more. I have to check out Ethan's iron farm and see how it's producing. Probably not doing as much since I'm staying over here all the time. You still with us, M-Rated? Oh, another thing that I forgot to do, it really ticked me off because it was just a pain to fix. Here at the halfway point between the cells, we put all the lengthways dividers, but we forgot to run the one across the middle on top and bottom. Now, top was easy enough to fix, but okay, I was just checking on you, M-Rated. But the bottom one, because as you see, I've got all the signs down here. Now, I don't know if you've ever done this with signs before, where you stack signs on signs. But the problem with this is that they become attached to each other. So when you have long rows of them like this, where you have sign stacked on sign stacked on sign, if you take the first one out, they all fall. Every single one of them. So to get these middle lines in here like they were supposed to be, I had to take this out right here and then jump down the water real quick and pick up all the signs and do it all over again. It was one of those things I debated for a while if I actually wanted to fix, because I'm like, well, it's not that big of a deal, really. But my OCD was just bothering me too much with it, so I was finally like, well, fix it. It's just a pain to do.
Huh, this is the first time I've ever seen one of those sand husks.
Oh yeah, the new zombies. Yep. Oh, I totally forgot. I pulled up my F3 screen to watch my frames per second earlier, but Optifine has it right up there in the corner. Oops. And I'm also looking forward to the Citizen Brown storyline in Back to the Future. That's going to be extremely interesting to see a tyrant Dr. Brown. Oh, while I'm on, I'm going to go ahead and I haven't even messed with this for a while, but let's go ahead and head to my skyblock. Go ahead and hop up and show it off. Now, I've been watching kind of what other people do with skyblock, and let's see if I can actually sleep. I think it's daytime. Nope, you know I sleep at night. Yep. So anyway, I've been watching what other people do with their skyblock, and I think I wasn't doing too bad to begin with. However, the biggest thing about skyblock is that dirt is probably your most valuable resource, which is polar opposites compared to pretty much any other style of Minecraft, where dirt is pretty much like, oh, I have more dirt, yay. Anyway, so what a lot of people will do is they will dig down in their island pretty much as far as they can go without fear of falling, to where they get down to the stone part of it below all the dirt. And then they'll basically make a platform out from there and harvest up all their dirt. And then they'll just have basically a big cobblestone platform, and then they can use the little bit of dirt that they've got how they want to. You know, like I've got this little patch over here for my melon and pumpkin farm. I've got one little block of dirt in each of these for the trees, one of each kind. And then my dirt over here for the wheat, potato, and carrot farm, which I've got very few potatoes and carrots at the moment, but that will improve. I've actually been left at the moment with a full stack of dirt. Now you can get more dirt via completing the challenges. Certain ones will give you dirt, like, we'll go ahead and show this off. So, like, let's see here, where is one? Obsidian blocks. So none of the higher level ones do it. Okay, so yeah, like this one, every time you complete the bread maker, you get 1 dirt. This one gives sand blocks. This one, the seed bank, gives you 2 dirt blocks and 5 vines. This one gives you mycelium, which is from mushrooms. So you can actually earn more dirt via completing the challenges, but it's, you know, 1 to 2 blocks at a time, and it's very rare. So the best way to maximize your dirt usage is by just harvesting it all up and basically destroying your island. The only sad part about it is each island does have 1 piece of bedrock in it. I don't know if that's necessary for Minecraft to process stuff right, but whatever. So I left a grass block on top of it just in case. I also have a few grass blocks over here because one of the things I wanted to keep mindful of is when you're harvesting up all your dirt, unless you've got enchants and stuff, you ain't gonna have silk touch. So once you break dirt, it's gonna be just dirt, it won't be grass. So I left a couple behind, just so if I do decide to create like a little garden or something, then I can just run a dirt trail from this to wherever that is, and the grass will slowly spread over to it, and then I can delete the trail and be good to go. And then I've still got my mob farm. This is all finished. It actually processes. Hey, armor. Not complaining about that. It's probably weak. Yep, almost dead. But I've got gold armor, so not gonna complain. Normally I wouldn't wear gold armor. It'll break lickety-split, I'm sure, because gold tools, gold armor is incredibly weak, but it looks good. Oh, and in case for when you play in your skyblock, you want to upgrade your cobblestone generator, this is the one I have now. If you go ahead and watch it here, there's actually 2 blocks there you can break. You can just keep going back and forth between the two, and it seems to be a little bit more efficient than just the little 4 or 5 block version on the ground. Also, another tip for if you want to play Skyblock, fence your animals up. Oh dear God, it took me forever to figure that one out. Because animals... Now, I knew this with chickens, because I've watched chickens do it repeatedly. Chickens will kill themselves in the stupidest ways. Well, the previous version of this cobblestone farm I had actually had the water channels exposed. So they were just flowing down there next to the lava, and you could actually get into the water channels. So I had I had 2 cows for whatever reason. I was really lucky, I guess. 2 cows spawn on my island at the same time. Now, when I first started my island, it started me off with just a chicken, and then the chicken promptly killed itself. I'm like, go figure. Anyway, it gave me 2 cows, and I was like, great! I've got beef, I've got leather, I'm good. So I promptly bred them up. So I had 3 cows. And then one of the adult cows promptly runs over into the cobblestone generator, the flowing water, stands there with its head in the water, and drowns itself. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I didn't even notice him doing it. I just come over later, and there's beef and leather laying there, like, right here. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord. So, luckily, I had bred the 2 up already, and I had a baby. So, I hurried up and crafted me up some fence and got them all corralled up, and they're good now. But especially on Skyblock, don't leave your animals unattended. Not a good idea. But this is another nifty benefit of one of the challenges I completed. It gives you a sapling of all the different kinds, except for dark oak. It doesn't give you dark oak or acacia. Acacia is kind of a stupid block anyway, though. I like the acacia log, but the color of the actual wood is retarded. Like, the gray oak of the log is beautiful. Don't want to use the red wood, though. You've never had a cow spawn? Yeah. One of the other things I found out, though, as far as spawning, and this is unfortunately sad because now I probably won't have any other animals spawn. Oh, I had this wolf spawn too, just to make you feel a little bit worse. Not trying to, but it probably will. Animals only spawn on grass. So I've got this little bit of grass here, so potentially an animal could still spawn on my island. But the downside to taking down all the grass and everything and doing it this way is that now I have a much smaller chance of animals actually spawning. So
Wait, so you had a wolf spawn out there?
yeah, it's right here.
You're lucky.
Well, I would be lucky if I had another wolf to breed them. Just like I've only got the 1 wolf at my house now, I still haven't had another one spawn. Because I've got a wolf in the main world too, but I've only got the 1 wolf. Somehow, even though we're not in the taiga, it spawned right next to my house. Still don't know how that happened, but I'm like, mine. Then I had to cheat to get it back because you killed it.
No, you killed it. You shot through the grass. That was all you, man.
Yeah, well, I say it's your fault. So.
That was odd, though, but still kind of funny.
Yeah. Who knew that arrows could actually cause damage to something that were right on the other side of a piece of glass? Now it's giving me all kinds of armor. Sheesh. Leather armor with blast protection. And I'll just pop that up in there. I will use it when my gold armor breaks. Oh, I also turned off. Spigot has a feature, which I'm sure you've probably noticed, that it grouped XP orbs together. According to what Spigot says, it's a way to, limit server lag and blah 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 blah. But I really like, being able to see all the little XP orbs, especially if you're in an XP farm, gather around you and you hear all the little tinkle. Anyway, so I turned that feature off. The other reason why I turned that off is especially for mending. Like I was mentioning earlier, each XP orb has a chance to go to a different piece of equipment. So if you get 10 pieces of XP, each one could potentially go to your helmet, your armor, your leggings, whatever. And then also the fact that if you have a mending piece of equipment that's already fully healed, granted some of those little orbs will still go to it if you hadn't removed it, but at least it won't be the way it was with the XP that would gather into big, huge orbs and you just get it all in one chunk, where that whole XP orb would go to the already mended piece of equipment and you'd be like, ah, dang it. So I turned that feature off.
Yeah, I did notice that more and more like XP orbs were coming out, and I was gonna ask you that, but I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, that's actually the way vanilla Minecraft works, is the multiple little XP orbs, but Spigot will actually combine them together, supposedly to save on server lag. I mean, you'd have to have a lot of XP orbs going to actually lag the server. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, I need to work on expanding my skyblock and making it bigger so I can have bigger stuff. Namely, right now, the biggest thing I want to expand is my farm right here. It needs to be a lot bigger. And I've got the dirt blocks to do it, I just need the space to do it. The other thing to keep in mind if you play Skyblock is once you do get this all cleared out and you get yourself a nice cobblestone platform, don't break out a piece of cobble and put your dirt there. Keep your dirt one up so that if you need to get it back, you don't have to worry about it potentially falling into the void. Because if you put it down in here and try to harvest it, if you hold shift, there's a good chance you can actually pick it up before it falls all the way down, but it's probably about 50-50. And dirt is the most valuable thing here. Let's go ahead and breed these cows up some more. But yeah, to address what you were saying earlier one more time, Emerated, I'd actually walked over here to the little desert island that I also get, and I was getting some sugar cane and cactus from over here. I come walking back over, and lo and behold, right there on my island is 2 cows. Just, it spawned while I was over at the other island. I was like, whoa. And then I promptly lost one. Thankfully, I'd already bred them up and created a third, but yeah, animals will commit suicide happily. Yep, that scene's still going to be smelting up for a while. Once I do get my castle going a little bit more, there's going to be a true super smelter. Be like a 15 furnace system. Alright, I think I am done. I'm kind of stiff. I think I'm done working on the Guardian farm for tonight. Got it to the point now where it's producing pretty good. Got the hopper running the item chain over to the dropper elevator to bring all the items up. I will have to create the storage system still, but right now the items can just sit in the hoppers, and I'll clear them out occasionally myself until I create the storage system. In which case I'll still be clearing it out occasionally because I need sea lanterns. But definitely been having fun putting the Guardian farm together, and it has been a blast. Also enjoyed showing the Skyblock off to you. I'm definitely having fun with the Skyblock. It's a very different way to play Minecraft, and it's pretty interesting. I'm liking it so far. But let's go ahead and switch that, and I am out for tonight. Have a good night, Emerated. Have a good night, Travis.
See you, Jamie.